It's really been a rough pandemic for Louisiana sports. The Pelicans had all this hype. They fall completely flat on their face in the bubble. LSU's defending national champions. They fall completely flat on their face in the first game. The Saints are constantly bandied about as the best team in the league, maybe the best roster in the NFL. The defense is supposed to be so good. They've completely fallen flat on their face. How about these tweets from Jeff Duncan? If you want to talk about the Saints defense, this is what's so frustrating is that Saturday and Sunday look so similar in some ways. Including the last 7 drives of the Raiders game, the Saints defense has forced just 1 punt in the last 17 series. 1 punt in 17 series. I want to say you average around 10 series a game, maybe something like that. So that's nearly 2 full games of forcing 1 punt. Within those 17 series, you've had 8 touchdowns, 5 field goals, 1 turnover and downs, 1.5, 1 fumble, and 1 punt. So it's been terrible for the Saints defense here recently. And it's kind of inexplicable. Like, I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't know what the issue is. Where's Cam Jordan been? Cam Jordan's been completely quiet this season. I mean, Trey Hendrickson's got through there. And it's not like, it's tough to explain. I haven't rewatched the Saints game yet. I've only rewatched LSU, so maybe I can get a little more insight. But this defense, for all of the hype, has just fallen woefully short. And it's a Saints team that they're just making too many mistakes. And it's at every level, right? And just look at the penalties. I mean, Tirico was hammering it last night. Or excuse me, it's not Tirico. Whatever. Is it Tirico that does call with Collins?
He did last night. Al Michaels
did last night.
Al Michaels was out.
Okay, that's okay. I just confused myself because it definitely was. Okay, exactly.
There was some random guy on the pregame too for Football Night in America. I was like, who's this? I was like, who's this dude?
And I feel bad, but he wasn't
great.
He was not very
great.
Good. He's sitting there talking about how Seattle needs to run the ball more.
Yeah.
Huh?
Has he not heard?
Like,
let Russ cook.
Like, hasn't that been the entire narrative all season long? I was shocked by that when I heard that. I was like, ooh, boy, okay, whatever, dude. But as Trico was saying last night, the odometer on the Saints' penalty yards just keeps on spinning. It's crazy. It's just a team that just looks sloppy. And let's be painfully clear about this. What's been a weekly theme here on Off the Bench on these NFL Mondays? The value of an elite wide receiver continues to rear its head. And especially in this Saints offense, not having Mike Thomas is killing them. Because Drew Brees' arm strength is a problem. Look at how you can threaten guys vertically. Look at how Rodgers could threaten you vertically and what that ended up doing. But Mike Thomas, not only the best receiver in the NFL, but one of the best ever in terms of that short to intermediate stuff, which obviously that's where Brees needs to thrive right now. So Thomas's impact becomes that much more important because he is the best at exactly what, not just what you want to do, but what you have to do because of what Brees' arm can do now. It's what you have to do, and you lose the player that's best at it. So the impact is double for the New Orleans Saints missing Mike Thomas. And it leads me to a take here that I would have never expected. But, like, ironically, Mike Thomas missing from this offense hurts more than Drew Brees missing from this offense. And who could have ever thought that that would be the case? And Brees was pretty good last night. Great scoring drive right before the half. Unfortunately, and this is the thing, because he was playing so well, you would have loved to see them keep it in his hands. And that's why, if you want to look at the reasons why you lost last night, or, if we just want to highlight one thing, and in this case, I guess one play, everything turned on that Taysom Hill fumble. On a night, like we said, on a night where the defense has been terrible for an extended amount of time, they come up huge. That 4th and 1 stop was great. Malcolm Jenkins played a really good game. I know the defense, he had a little bit of Ollie Gay thing going on there where the defense played bad, but he played well within that defense. But it was not enough. But he was a key member on getting that 4th and 1 stop. Lattimore comes flying in. They get it. All the momentum's with you. Brees in perfect position. A nice little first play. And then they stick Taysom in for the switch up. And the game turns on a dime. I mean, you end up turning the ball over. Green Bay goes down and scores. Then you go out of possession. Green Bay goes down and scores again. And that's the game. By the way, the Saints had scored 4 possessions in a row at that point. So they were in the zone. And it sucks. And like we said, man, money brings expectations. And when you get $10 million a year and you haven't had any impact, and then you finally have an impact, but it's a super negative one, people are going to be angry. The reactive thing here, I think, is like, well, get rid of the Taysom package. What are we doing? Well, you're already too committed to do that. So, but you don't need to do that. Like, it is, it is what it is. I will say this, though, when it comes to the Taysom package, I like him more as a weapon with Drew Brees on the field. I like him more as a tight end and maybe double pass that I don't like nearly as much when they line him up in that traditional quarterback role. And you saw him do it another time, too, earlier in the game where he missed a wide-open crosser over the middle that could have been a big play, and he ran for 7. But, like, I just don't think that you're maximizing Hill's potential or the offense's potential when you use him as a quarterback as opposed to as that kind of threat. So it sucked, man. It was a really rough game for the Saints, and I guess coming up next, I'm going to have to apologize to Aaron Rodgers, which it breaks my soul. But like we said, it's Tell the Truth Monday, okay? So we got to be honest with ourselves. We got to be objective about our takes here, and I got to tell the truth that I was wrong on Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers going into 2020. I remain steadfast that Brees was better the last 3 years, but I was wrong here going into 2020, and that's on me. Other thing from the game last night, the 52-yard touchdown is now my favorite play of this NFL season. It supplanted the Atlanta Falcons, it supplanted Greg Zuerlein's onside kick, which I was obsessed with, but that 52-yard touchdown, with McCoy leading the way, you kidding me? The big guy, the center, getting out there, Kamara's balance. And what can you say about Alvin Kamara? At least, if you were going to win that game last night, what a performance by AK. And it's what you're going to have. The only thing is I just need Brees to show a little more trust in some of these other receivers. He's locked. He's like, it's fine to lock on Mike Thomas because you have Alvin Kamara in reserve. When you don't have Mike Thomas and then you're locked in on Kamara, it makes it tougher. Like on that 3rd and 5 screen that you mentioned, Musso, everybody knew that was coming.
It's telegraphed. You could look at the formation too.
Yeah.
It was just right there. And to your point about Mike Thomas, though, if Mike Thomas is there, that ball's going to him on a slant.
Yes,
on
exactly.
3rd and 5, that's a slant to Mike Thomas. He catches it and they pick it up.
Yeah, yeah. And it's why, look, the air yards per target hasn't changed over the past 2 years. No, Mike Thomas has changed. Like, that's the difference. So you need to get Mike Thomas as fast as you possibly can. You need him back. But that said, I still just love seeing Kamara step up in the way they did. I love when a guy gets paid and then elevates his game because that speaks to motivation beyond the monetary, which I'm not judging anybody. My motivations would all be monetary. Like I'm not judging, but I get it if you get paid and take a step back. That's natural. But the guys that don't take steps back, they're the ones who have a sort of internal drive that you just can't teach, and they're the ones that go on to have the greatest career. So I love what Alvin Kamara did. How about this? Kind of lost in the shuffle. He became the Saints' all-time leading leader in multi-touchdown games.
I saw that.
How about it? And it's like young. We're in here year number 4, and he's already. So congrats, Alvin Kamara. You are a ton of fun to watch. You're awesome. All right, coming up next here, I guess we're going to have to apologize to Aaron Rodgers, and then we'll get to some other NFL takes. This is OTB, OT. Thanks for hanging out.